Hello to you. In today's video, I wanted to talk about something that's really important, whether you are wanting to become a professional speaker, whether you are wanting to step up into a leadership role, or you are a leader, but you're finding that your message doesn't really get through. Or if you are thinking that you want to be more vocal, say in team meetings, or you're part of a networking group and you want to become more confident and competent as a speaker. So this topic today will help you with that. The most important thing, well, there's so many important things to remember, but I think one of the most important things to remember is about the clarity of your message. And it's really, really easy when you have a busy brain like me and you have a million ideas all buzzing around at the same time, or perhaps you get a little bit nervous and you tend to end up with what I call verbal diarrhea and you try to fill all the spaces with words, or maybe you just end up going down some other rabbit hole when you're speaking. The real challenge with that is, while it's good to be in flow and it's good to be in the heat of the moment, if you don't come back to your main point, you lose the audience and that devalues your credibility. And we don't want you to do that. We want you to sound really comfortable and confident, or like an authority. So message clarity is super important. And even if I'm getting up and speaking on the spot, I'm always really clear about the one message that I want to share every time I speak. And it's never more than one message. So that one message might have 3 key points that support that message, which is what I'm going to show you in this video today. But it always comes back to one idea. So for me in this video, that one idea is message clarity is important. So we're going to break that down into 3 points just to give you a bit of context around that. So one of the most important things about becoming clear in your message is to actually start with the end in mind. And that's to understand, what is that one thing you want people to take away or you want to be remembered for. So as an example, in this video, I want you to remember that message clarity is important. I'm going to validate why. I've already started doing that. So understanding what is that one core message first. A trick for new players is to do this, because often, especially if you know that you want to become a speaker and you've got a great story and you just want to get your story out there, that's great. But an audience will sit there and go, so what's in it for me? What is the key moment of learning? What is the moment of transformation? What is the value that you're sharing in that story that you're telling? If it's just info dumping or trauma dumping, or it's just trying to make yourself look like an authority, it's not enough. You've got to give people one key message to take away. So reverse engineer before you even get into developing your content and your story. Start with, what is that one thing you want people to walk away with and that will make you memorable? How do you want to be remembered? So start with that key message first. The second thing, which I think is really important as well, is when you get into the space of starting to develop your content, it's easy, and I speak from experience here, to fill the space with too many words. So I want you to strip your message back to the most important parts. So you've got your idea of what's that key message you want people to walk away with, but what is that story that leads up to that key message being delivered? Strip it back to the bare elements before you start to flesh it out with all the millions of words. So if you think of it as a structure of a presentation, even if it's a 1-minute presentation, should always have the bones of a structure, like a skeleton. And then we use the words in between to add all the flesh, all the juicy parts. And it might be, something humorous, or might be something heartfelt, whatever that juicy, meaty part is that you add to your skeleton. So strip everything back to its most simplest forms, its bare bones form first. Now, the third thing that is really important as well when it comes to being clear with your message. Now, you'll notice I only had 3 key points. 3 key points. That's another good takeaway. But clarity and simplicity of your message creates confidence for your audience. So I am naturally a very floral and exuberant speaker with lots of life. But there'll be moments in my keynotes or my presentations where I will go slowly and simply and highlight what that one key message is. And especially when I speak deliberately, it actually amps up the perception of my authority. So when we speak slow and deliberately, when our message is very clear and simple, even though we might be talking about all these other stories around that key message and full of life and energy, or however you choose to deliver your content, or however you choose to speak, when it comes to delivering that key message, slow and steady wins the race. Be deliberate and be very, very clear. That will build your authority, that will build the perception. Even if you're struggling with your confidence or you're a little bit nervous, it will give the appearance that you are actually somebody to listen to. And at the same time, the more that you do that, the more that you speak deliberately, you actually affect the way you perceive yourself and your own confidence as well. So you can use it as a tool to build your confidence. So I'm going to recap those 3 key points. They're so simple, easy for you to remember. Start with the one thing you want to be remembered for. The second thing is that you want to strip your message and the story back to the bare bones before you build up that content. And the third key point is that clarity and simplicity creates confidence with your audience. So they will resonate with that content better and they'll understand your message. So there you go. That's today's little tip. Enjoy and let me know how you go.